I'm shaken awake. I'm shaken awake again. A soft groan escapes as I blink from the blinding sun. Leanna hovers over me and I groan softly. That's right. She doesn't know about my impromptu midnight training session. I guess I better get ready to spar. Stifling a yawn, I crawl out of bed and join Leanna out in the field. We practice our sparring until my muscles are sore and Leanna has broken out in a sweat. Excuse me? Neither of us manages to knock the other one down this time, leaving us in a draw. When we return to the campsite, Kara and Zach are nowhere to be seen.
Hey, where did Zach and Kara go?
Amelia looks up. She's crouched beside the fire pit with the pongo nuzzled between her neck and shoulder.
They were not here when I awakened.
Huh, that's weird. Kara usually sleeps in and Zach sticks around to make everyone breakfast. I wonder where they could have gone. Amy sparks a small fire. We hang an iron pot over the flames and Amelia waves her hand. Cool water rushes from her palm and splashes inside. She smiles, pleased with herself, and raises the crackling flames to make the water boil faster. Gingelin watches on with interest at Amy's skill. After a while, I see Zach and Kara approaching us from the distance. As they get closer, I can see Kara retying her chestnut hair into a ponytail. There are a few leaves sticking up in Zach's hair, and by the time they reach us, I notice his face has a little more color than usual. Leanna watches them with a suspicious look, but she doesn't say anything. Amy is too preoccupied with stirring the porridge to notice.
Good morning, friends.
Hi! Kara seems to be in a good mood. I haven't seen her smile this much in a while. Her eyes are brighter, like a cat's. She stands on her tiptoes and picks a few leaves out of Zach's messy hair. Is it just me, or does he have a few extra scrapes than usual? I can see the tail end of a scarlet scratch torn across his collarbone, curling out from underneath the top of his shirt. His coat is a little lopsided too, like he put it on in a hurry. They're really, putting this on thick, aren't they? Kara smiles and brushes some dirt off of his broad shoulders.
Hey.
I lift an eyebrow. Hey, where did you guys go? Zach's face starts to flush.
We went hunting for breakfast.
No luck, huh? I raise an eyebrow. So where is it? Zach blinks.
Oh.
The blush brightens in his cheeks.
I ate it already.
Raw? Kara's gaze slides up to Zach's face. The corner of her mouth tugs upwards.
You sure did do some eating.
Oh, snap! I choke and mask it into a cough. Leanna looks confused.
What did you eat?
I didn't realize this game would be this mature, gosh dang. Yeah, what did you eat, Zach? You don't have to say it. Zach's cheeks seem to have gone up in flames. His face is ruby red. He avoids eye contact and forces out an uncomfortable cough. Amelia finally looks up from our breakfast and stares at the scene. She glances between Zach and Kara and then back at Zach. Her gaze lingers. Zach shifts under her stare, clearly uncomfortable. Amy's eyes seem to be boring into his skin. After a long silence, she tilts her head.
Zach, you appear to be injured.
Zach blinks.
What?
She points.
You have a slight abrasion on your neck.
Oh no! He chokes and shoves the collar of his jacket up to cover his throat, but to no avail. I can still see it.
Don't worry about it. The hunt just got a little rough.
Leanna glances to where Amelia is pointing. A second later, her face grows pink.
Oh, Kara!
Kara feigns innocence.
What?
You know what?
I really don't have the faintest idea.
What do you think, Gingelan? Her eyes are full of mirth as Leanna fidgets.
Never mind. Maybe the rest of us should just eat too.
Her eyes flick to Kara's smirk.
I mean, eat a meal! As opposed to?
Don't worry about it, Amy.
As opposed to nothing! That's why I said a meal!
Gingelan looks from Kara to Zach to Leanna's burning face and bursts into laughter.
I can tell this is going to be fun.
Oh, to be young again. Zach brushes past him as he reaches for the plates. Kara is a step behind him. Gingelan leaves and returns with a few walnuts and berries. He adds them into our porridge for some extra flavor. I have to admit, it'd be pretty bland without them. The rest of breakfast is passed in uncomfortable silence. Kara casts long glances at Zach, who pretends not to notice. Leanna looks at anyone but the two of them, while Amy seems as oblivious as ever. Only Gingelan seems to be thoroughly enjoying himself. Once breakfast is over, we clean up the camp and continue on our way to the water temple. There we go. The path crunches under our feet. The sky is clear, and the sun scatters its It should not have an apostrophe there. Fingers like crowns over the tops of the trees. I can see mountains in the distance, the jagged ridges sprawled out along the horizon like ocean waves. When I start to break out into a slight sweat, we find ourselves surrounded by the mountains. I gaze up at the range of sharp peaks like dragon teeth. Others disappear high into the clouds. We stop in the hollow of a mountain. The air smells of jasmine and salt. I pause, my eyes falling on a wide cave mouth. Or a wide cave mouth, I guess. Is that the entrance? Ginglin beams.
Yes, this is it.
We cautiously enter the cavernous entrance. Ooh, pretty. Blue light flickers across the cave wall as a faint glows radiate. What? I take another look and see a large staircase leading down into deep, dark water. Wait a second, are we going underwater? Ginglin nods.
Yes, sir. These steps will lead us to an underwater tunnel, which will take us to the temple.
Alright! Underwater tunnels are a whole lot of nope. I definitely agree with that. Good thing I swim like a fish. This is fine. For me, it's absolutely nope. But this is fine. Go down a dark underground staircase which will lead us to water we'll have to swim through for who knows how long? Sure, why not?
Perhaps my water magic could be of assistance.
Ginglin looks at her and grins.
We are fortunate to have a mage caster with us who can manipulate water.
For sure. He closes his eyes and puts a hand over his chest.
With a mere twist of the wrist, she bends the sea to her will. And to the wave which dare defies her, her ice will freeze it still.
I think it would just be defy, actually. I think it would just be which dare defy her, not defies her. So, sorry, Ginglin. Leanna's eyes light up.
That was beautiful.
She claps. Ginglin smiles, earnest and embarrassed.
Oh, do you think so? Perhaps I should write it down.
Maybe with a little bit of editing, but yeah.
You should. Maybe it can go into your new poem.
Are you guys ready? Leanna nods.
Yep, lead the way.
Ginglin leads us down the stairs. Barnacles, seaweed, and mussels cling to the dark gray stones. The water ripples at our feet, and as I look out, it only becomes deeper. Amy steps forward, her manipulators glowing.
Do the stairs continue to descend?
I'll admit I'm uncertain.
It is of no matter. We shall soon discover the answer. Please, continue.
She waves her arms in the air as Ginglin takes a step forward in the water and moves out of the way of his boot. His grin broadens as the water flows around him, keeping him wrapped in a dry bubble.
What do you know? There are more stairs.
Amelia remains in the back with her manipulators glowing. We travel ahead of her and continue down the stairs. As we descend further down, I glance up at the shimmering water which slips easily around us. Small schools of fish scurry past, bobbing as they swim around us. Soon, the stairs level out. We follow a shallow corridor which opens up into the mouth of a large cavern. Several tunnels branch off in different directions around the cavern, but it's too dark inside to see where they may go. Blue crystals glitter all across the cavern. Some cling to the ceiling like icicles, while others are spread across the walls like frost.
Boy?
The Pongo pops his head out from the inside of Amelia's pouch. His eyes light up with wonder.
Boy! Water crystals.
What? She points to something behind me. Amelia crosses to a few crystals that are glowing along the ground. She fidgets with her bracelets, the symbols lighting up as she scans them.
Fascinating.
What is?
These water crystals are mineable ore. One can use them to create spheres.
Well, that's useful, but I didn't know they were exactly rare. If that's the case, then how come no one else has come here to mine them? Amelia doesn't even turn around to face me, completely absorbed with the crystals.
This place has been lost to knowledge.
She touches one of the crystals. Her bracelets glow firelight bright. Ice creaks underneath her touch, and then I hear a sharp snap. A bit of the sapphire cracks off, and her eyes brighten. She holds the piece up, examining it from side to side. I'm confused. We've seen crystals before. They're all over, powering up every single city we've been to. Is there something special about water crystals? Amelia shakes her head.
Crystals near temples are a rarity. I will use this one to study for further research.
Alright. The Pongo leaps out of her pouch and nibbles on a large crystal. He wobbles, obviously content. Leanna, Zack, and Kara wander around and check out the crystals. Their deep blue reflects off of the water and sparkle dancing lights across the cavern space. It reminds me of a disco ball. The effect is a bit mesmerizing. Gingalin turns down one of the tunnels.
The temple should be down here.
I look to where he's going. Something flickers in the depths of one of the tunnels. Something silvery and bright. I follow Gingalin into the tunnel when my shoulder bumps into a slick surface. Ow! My brows furrow. We're inside of a cave, so why was the wall so smooth? I reach up and touch the cool glass. A mirror? I look around. No, a whole room full of mirrors. My breath catches in my throat. Hundreds of reflections blink back at me. Guys, are you seeing this? No response. Guys? I turn around. No one is there. I notice the walls on our previous path are also lined with mirrors. How did I walk through that without noticing before? Did the others do the same? They could have gone anywhere. This wasn't just a room. It was a maze. Everywhere I turn, I see myself. I run my hands over the mirrors to keep myself grounded, but with so many reflections, I have a hard time keeping track of where I'm going. It just feels like I'm going in circles. I let out a small growl of frustration, turning around. Something purple flashes from the corner of my eye, then something white.
Hey, is that you?
Kara? I turn to see her and Leanna standing at the end of one of the paths. Kara grins and waves at me. I grin back, excitement flooding into my chest. Finally! I dash towards them and slam face first straight into a mirror. I lurch backwards, cupping my nose. Ugh! I hear footsteps behind me.
Are you alright?
A blush crawls into my face. Yeah. My nose throbs with pain, but it didn't hit the wall hard enough to leave any real damage.
It was hard traveling through this maze for me too.
The three of us jump and whirl around. Amelia cocks her head and stares at me. Where did you come from?
I followed your voices and found you all here.
Oh, did you see the others? Her gaze lingers on me again.
No,
Where's Kara? Leanna twists her hands nervously.
I really don't like the look of this place. The mirrors are so creepy.
Not a huge fan of mirrors myself, actually. Maybe we should find a way out.
What
There
about
she is.
Zack and Gingalane?
Okay, so it's Gingalane or Gingalin, I guess. Whatever. We might run into them. Either way, it's better than just standing here admiring ourselves in the mirror.
sounds like a plan.
We twist in and out of the maze. For a while, it feels like we're making progress. We go down a long path leading straight to... Kara sighs.
Dead end.
She places her hand on the mirror in front of us.
This is going to take forever.
Wait,
I look up. Something shimmers inside of the mirror. Foggy at first, but then it slowly becomes clear. Letters brighten and form together to create a single word. Us? Kara blinks.
That's it? Just us?
She frowns, resting a hand on her hip.
What does that mean?
I'm not sure.
Something to do with us?
Do you think there are more words hidden out here?
Probably.
I glance at Amelia, who wears an intense stare. What do you think, Amy? She shrugs, but otherwise doesn't answer. I guess we move on then. We turn around and try again. The second one takes us longer to find. We keep twisting and turning in circles before Leanna ultimately reaches out and accidentally pats against a solid mirror at the end of the corridor. The letters breathe and flare up again. They form a new word. Among. Okay, it's probably... Us probably wasn't the first word. Leanna frowns, her brows crinkling together.
Us and among? What does that mean?
They're really stressing something that has to do with us. I'm not sure I like the sound of that.
There are probably some more words out there we need to find to make sense of this.
I hope it's not like traitor or something. Amy hangs back again and watches silently. She feels my eyes on her and shifts her gaze onto me. I feel like her stare is a challenge, but I don't know why.
Can you make any sense out of this, Amy? You're usually really good with puzzles.
Amelia tears her gaze off of me and looks at Kara instead.
I don't know. They just seem like random words to me.
Kara blinks.
Right, but do you think it means anything?
No idea.
Well, this is still a dead end, so let's move on. I mean, Amelia could potentially be the water spirit. Like, messing with us, you know? I don't know. We turn around again, just because, like, she was the only one who showed up separately. And she's just like, yeah, I followed your voice. I don't know. We turn around again, bumping into even more mirrors. I keep getting turned around. Are we walking the same halls or going down new corridors? New corridors, there we go, emphasis. My hands reach out and skim across the silver mirrors as we walk. Amy remains silent and seemingly unconcerned. Her gaze continues to bore into me, making me even more nervous than I already feel. We come up to another dead end in which more letters slowly appear. Illusion. Illusion among us! It's a message. The words are just jumbled up.
Us among illusion?
Illusion among us!
Among illusion us.
How do you... There are 3 words. How do you get them wrong? Both times. No, it's illusion among us. Leanna frowns, suddenly looking nervous.
So something among us isn't real?
Kara raises her eyebrows.
Yeah, but what?
It's Amelia. There was nothing else with us, just each other. Not something. Someone. Leanna flinches.
Maybe, but who would it be?
I think it's Amy.
What makes you think that?
That is what makes me think that. Her brows crinkle in confusion.
Huh?
You aren't talking like one of my science textbooks. Amy doesn't use contractions or shy away from a challenge. Surprise flickers behind her eyes.
I see.
Plus, you keep staring at me, and it's weird. Amy blinks, then a crocodile smile spreads across her face.
Good.
She shivers as she steps backwards into a mirror. When I look through, her image dissolves like water into the milky silver of the glass. When I look again, my own reflection stares back at me. Oh, that was unsettling.
No kidding.
The mirrors flash a blinding white. I cringe and cover my eyes as bright spots do acrobats in front of my nose. I hear the sound of something shimmering, and when I look up, I see the maze dissolve into starlight. The tunnel returns to a straight path. We travel down it for a short while before... Gosh dang it. We travel down it for a short while before seeing familiar faces.
Oh, it's you guys.
I blink, my eyes still refocusing from the sudden light. When my vision clears, I see Zack, Amelia, and Gingalin heading our way from across the room. Kara rushes over to Zack. Leanna lets out a loud breath of relief.
Amy, you're okay.
Amelia blinks.
I assume the illusion among your group must have been me.
Yup. Leanna smiles.
Well, in any case, I'm so glad you guys are safe.
Gingalin returns Leanna's smile.
Yes, we are relieved you're all safe too. It's good to be reunited.
As Leanna talks, Zack makes sure to look anywhere except at her. Even Kara narrows her eyes. What did
Zack,
the illusion
you're
do?
acting weird.
What did the Leanna illusion do?
You're not another illusion, are you?
He prickles and shakes his head.
Nope. I am very much me in the most normal and loyal sense of the word.
That's odd.
Loyal? What did you do?
Nothing. I told you I was loyal.
Gingalin looks from Zack to Kara and lets out a hearty laugh.
I had not realized it before, Zack, but you seem to be quite the ladies' man. I will be sure to immortalize all that has happened in this most daring tale of...
No!
Zack's eyes are wide.
I mean, that's really not necessary.
What exactly happened on your side?
Leanna, Gingalane, Zack, and
Gingalane?
I have solved a message.
Now you're calling him Gingalane? Come on, get some cohesion! Wait, but Leanna was on our side.
Correct. It was very obvious that the illusion was her.
Was she being all promiscuous? How so?
No reason.
I look over at Zack, who's now avoiding eye contact with both Leanna and Kara.
To put it quite bluntly, Leanna attempted to seduce Zack.
Leanna's face turns crimson red.
What?
I don't think that was the proper way you should have said that. Kara turns to Zack.
And you fell for her, hey there, sailor, tactics?
Zack's face matches Leanna's in redness.
It wasn't like that at all. She was actually good.
Precisely. Her technique was especially effective. That is how we deduced she could not possibly be the real Leanna at all.
I see. Leanna pouts.
Hey!
Kara whirls around to face Leanna.
Why would you do that? I thought we were friends.
It wasn't her! Leanna's eyes widen. She shakes her head.
No. It wasn't me. It was illusion me. I would never hit on Zack.
Kara frowns.
And why not? Is he not good enough for you?
Oh no.
Huh? I mean, he must be okay if the illusion me hit on him.
I knew it.
I don't understand what's happening.
I'm sorry, Leanna. My body prickles. The image of Leanna and Zack together coils a hot band of jealousy deep within my gut because there was a comma there for some reason. Leanna, why? She whirls to face me, looking flabbergasted.
You too?
Leanna lifts her arms into the air, exasperated.
I was literally with you guys the whole time.
Kara and I glare at her suspiciously.
Hey, don't worry. She'd never be able to do what she did back there in real life.
What did she do exactly? Kara and Leanna stiffen. They turn to face him, eyes hardening into a glare that could slice straight through all of the crystals in the cave.
Excuse me?
And what exactly did she do back there?
Zack balks. He takes a step back.
I didn't mean anything.
Gengalen's spine suddenly locks. Saved by the bell?
You all hear that?
Yes, okay. Kara and Leanna freeze. Everyone stops to listen. There's the sound of rushing water. Is that a waterfall? He nods.
I think so. If we're nearing water, then perhaps we're close to the temple.
We follow the source of the noise. It becomes louder and louder the further we travel. Soon, we come across a temple ruin deep within the cavern. I walk up the steps and into the temple. The others follow. A sapphire pool sits at the center of the room. Waterfalls rush and flow into it as crystals glitter and sparkle all around. I stare at the pool as it begins to ripple and shift. A dark shadow ascends from the depths. A woman rises like a sea nymph. I'm not familiar with that word, so I'm gonna ignore it. Down her body. I flinch in surprise. Oh, hi. The woman opens her eyes. A soft smile curves her face. Dark, midnight blue hair flows like wild waves down to her lower back. No, that's like clear down to her butt, man. That's down to like her knee. That's like the back of her... Anyway, a thin film of water covers her, making her look otherworldly, embraced by the soft glow of the crystals. She must be the water elemental. Her laughter sounds like a stream gurgling over precious pearls. The sound echoes deep within my chest and fills me with a strange calm. As she steps towards me, I take a step back but trip over a loose stone and fall backwards. Undeterred, she extends her hands and gently cups my face. She leans closer to me, and before I know it, a cool splash of pressure is on my lips. My eyes automatically close as I drink in her energy. She tastes like pure spring water, and I feel a stream of energy flow into me, crisp and fluid. This is a lusty water spirit, or just spirit in general. Like based on the illusions and then that. All too soon, the feeling ceases, and when I open my eyes, she's gone. Leanna hovers over me. I gasp when I see her, and against my will, a blush blossoms in my cheeks. Oh, hi, Leanna.
Did you just have an encounter with the elemental?
Yes.
How did it go?
Business as usual. Oh, pretty well, actually. Just business as usual. She gives me a strange look.
Uh-huh. And why exactly are you on the ground?
I tripped. I fell. Just standard energy transfer procedure. She crosses her arms. That didn't work. Now she definitely knows something is up. Amelia steps up to me and performs a scan with her manipulator. She hovers by my face and her brows crease into a frown.
How very curious.
What?
My scan reports an unusually high concentration of energy on your lips.
That is so weird, Amy. Why would that happen? Leanna blinks before her eyes widen.
You kissed her?
She kissed me. No, it's all a misunderstanding.
Your lips didn't touch together to transfer the energy then?
Well,
They did?
It's not like I had a choice. She was already transferring the energy.
I can't believe you.
Hey, I'm the victim here. Besides, you flirted with Zach.
That was different. It wasn't even me.
Luckily, Kara and Zach return, their packs heavy with items. Gingelin returns too, although he remains empty-handed. Why is there a hyphen between remains and empty? What the heck?
What's this about kissing an elemental?
Nothing. I scramble to my feet. I think we've spent enough time here already and should get going. Gingelin hides his laughter and nods.
Yes, let us be on our way.
Leanna and Amy lead the way out of the temple while Gingelin and I follow close behind. Kara and Zach take one last scan of the area. Afterwards, they follow us out and we start heading back the way we came. Without the illusion test, the exit is just a clear path down the tunnel. The maze has completely disappeared. I guess the Guardian was the one who put the maze in as part of their trial. Yeah, I agree. Lustful spirit. Cue outro, go!